Shit, K4K4. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. So we about to what? Break bread. So, of course, me and this thing want to talk to y'all here right fast. Feel me? Let's talk about some shit. So, for a lot of us, y'all about to fall out with somebody. You feel me? You about to fall out with somebody. And not because you want to, but because that's just usually how shit go. You know what I'm saying? Nothing stays the same. But for a lot of us, we don't want for things to change, right? So when these certain changes or things come up, we tend to fight against it rather than allow for things to happen. And not, allow for things to happen that, would physically harm us, but allow for things to happen in the way that they gonna happen. Shout out to you, sure, bro. Allow for things to happen in the way that they gonna happen. Stop trying to force situations. You feel me? That's what I mean by somebody about to fall out with somebody today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not wishing it on you, but it's just how life work out for the most part. You feel me? Shout out to you, Scar Beauty. Glad to see you in the building. We was up here jamming early, you feel me? Was up here jamming, had to get the energy going. Try to give everybody some time to get up. You feel me? Now notice this, y'all. If y'all study history, or enjoy history class like I did in school, you would notice that in history class they made statements like chivalry is dead. Man, shout out to you, Shay. They made statements like chivalry is dead, right? Meaning like the ways of old is over with. You feel me? So recognize when you hear stuff like this and then you wonder like, how did we get here? Because I know so often with us dealing with each other, whether it's the opposite sex or just dealing with family in general, we be trying to figure out like, how did we get to this point? You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna put it to you like this: it's the change in the mentality. If you ever ran across Hannibal in your studies of history, Hannibal would say, "Man, I won so many wars against these people, but I couldn't rid them of the mentality. So since I couldn't rid them of the mentality, it persists. Every time I won, these people would rebuild. So it's important that we develop a mentality that will rebuild us. And quite frankly, that's culture. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I had to bring that up so my people we can understand each other a little better, as well as for the warriors to understand what we up against and recognize it's gonna require us to get in our lower self somewhat in order to address some of the problems. You feel me? Cause you gotta get on that level in order to understand what it's gonna take to deal with that, right? Just want to try to think about that when you see these brothers out here acting like savages or doing shit. It's just their energy is directed totally in the wrong direction, honestly. Especially when it comes to the mistreatment of their family. Um, I want y'all to take notice how many people who have, maybe, or if it's you, maybe notice how you feel after the holidays. Like, for me, I'm noticing that it's cold outside, right? Or it's getting colder, you know what I mean? And when it's colder outside, like, it's less sunlight, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, the sun helps me break down my food a lot of times, vitamin C, vitamin D, all that type of stuff that we get from the sun, right? These things help break down our food as well as strengthen us. So in the summertime, I feel like y'all probably could eat, the most in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? But in the wintertime, like, you already got to be prepared for winter. If you pay attention to how the animals be moving, you know what I'm saying, that have to prepare for the certain seasons, they usually get big before the wintertime come, right? Meaning they prepared for the winter. And then you really don't see them, like a lot of them hibernate during the wintertime, meaning they ain't eating shit. They fasting to an extent, you feel me? And fasting so long that they just go to sleep type shit. So that's just something to think about, when you start noticing like that, you starting to get sick after certain holidays. Pay attention to the abundance in which we eat around the holidays. You know what I'm saying? And for us, truthfully, we had, feast times or whatever. So it ain't like we don't have things that we can have fun doing. I know for a lot of us, it be like, man, you don't want me to have no fun. It's like, nah, we got things that we can do for fun. Or things, it ain't no fun it shouldn't be no fun tearing yourself down. You know what I mean? Like, that's some of the things I think about even when it comes to people talking about, let's turn up, you feel me? A lot of times I don't even be wanting to turn up in the way they want to turn up. I just be wanting to turn the music on and get moving. I realize that I'm becoming less burdened by my past to the point I'm able to enjoy without having to add so much to myself. You feel me? In order to enjoy the moment type of thing. Because I understand why my brothers and sisters got to get lit a lot of times in order to enjoy it. Shout out to K Shell. Do any of y'all understand like what's atrophy mind? I want to talk about that because a lot of times we wonder why certain people that we're trying to reach are not as receptive. A lot of people just they're atrophy or atrophied in a certain area. You know, you could be atrophy mind, or your body could get to a point that is, you know, it hasn't moved in so long that, you know, that those functions are foreign to the body. As well, the body will put the cells in the direction that it need to be used in. So wherever you're using it, those cells will go there instead of just constantly going towards where you would need those cells to be as far as walking or being mobile with the body. So it's just something for you to think about, like, use your mind or you'll lose it. And the best way to use your mind is to constantly be learning something new every day. You know, like y'all doing now, we tuning in with each other. Cause y'all already know I'm finna share with y'all whatever I get, you know, whatever downloads I get, I'm trying to pass it on. As well as, you know, I've been noticing even with these sicknesses, y'all, pay attention to, like, if you ever broke a bone and the recovery, a lot of times people come back even stronger. You know what I'm saying? If they go through their recovery properly. So for y'all that may be sick, I want y'all to go through y'all recovery properly. Your recovery properly. Don't try to rush it. You know what I'm saying? Life's still gonna be here. Life's still gonna be here. Them bills you worrying about, they still gonna be there. But if you rush it, you gonna pay for that shit in the long run. You gonna pay for it in the long run. All the times, like, I remember when I hurt my leg and I didn't give it all with the proper time to heal. I wound up paying for it later because, you know, it didn't properly heal. So while I'm over there trying to be active on the leg that's not healed, I'm hurting myself. So for a lot of us, you know, just like they say, you don't got no leg to stand on at this moment. It's time for you to heal. Take this moment to heal. And it's not always just strictly about healing from the respiratory issue or whatever issue you may have, but it's about healing here. Taking that time to recognize that you can heal yourself. Taking that time to tap in with self so you will heal yourself. Because truth be told, any healer or anybody who has treated somebody know that the healing takes place within. So, you know, it's going to require you to do the work. And part of the greatest part of the work is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself. But for a lot of us, we done lied to ourselves for so long, we don't even believe in ourselves no more. So it gets to the point, it's like, man, I hear you and all that makes sense, but I don't even believe that that's possible. I don't believe that it's possible. Now, something I want y'all to think about when it comes to these, you know, what they labeling the sicknesses as, right? A lot of times, you know, they giving the sickness the Rona. You know what I'm saying? They labeling it as the Rona, right? Now, we know for those who have taken the time to study what we up against, the Rona gives off the same symptoms as like your common cold, flu, and what's that other shit? Yeah, it was the flu. Okay. So another thing to be careful with when it comes to all this testing, man, they saying over like at least 60% of the tests are already positive coming about the manufacturer. Think about it. You do the math. With all these people having it, what's the likelihood of somebody at the manufacturer having it too? Let's not even try to act like the people that's manufacturing and doing some fuck shit. Let's just say the way that this shit is going around, You feel me? The odds of the people that's, putting things together to try to help other people got it too. And that's why I say this shit bigger than motherfuckers really want to talk about it. They don't want to tell y'all the good news. The good news is like, this is that supernatural power that y'all been talking about that's gonna have to come through and save you. But y'all can't see the sun of God, right? Where this shit coming from? Where this shit coming from? The sun, right? Y'all supposed to be happy in these times. And because we're down, even the fact that we're down, being low vibration, making us more susceptible to getting sick, just to show you how much the sun love you or Mother Earth love you. They give you these germs, which your body is made up of germs. They give you these, which it turns into a virus by way of how you deal with it mentally and how you go about trying to treat it. Here it is, they try to treat this shit, and no, they done made this shit 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Pay attention. They talking about a Moricon coming out of where? It's coming out of where? South Africa. I don't know how old y'all might be, but I know when I was growing up, they were doing a lot of testing in South Africa. Doing a lot of testing in South Africa. And at the time, AIDS was the thing. But I'm telling you, a lot of the symptoms, like they said, when they tested the shit giving off symptoms of HIV. And y'all know these are processes of the same thing. You feel me? As it get worse, it becomes, come on. So we talking about the same shit and how they're changing the labels on it to keep you confused. Because if you knew what it was, then you can go about, you know what I'm saying, protecting yourself or treating yourself. So, come on now. Don't be so hard on yourself. Then when y'all get sick, y'all get down on yourself. Take that time for yourself. Recognize, shoot, you probably wouldn't have took no time off for yourself if you didn't get sick. Look at the good in it. Look at the good in it. And not to mention, watch your body heal yourself and then appreciate your body after that. Learn to appreciate your body after that. And you see how they lifting these mandates? Y'all see how they lifting these mandates? Y'all see how the people who been supposed to represent y'all, right? They been coming at these people, but y'all not watching the conversations they having on C-SPAN and on the whatever floor that shit is. Don't more have to tell me what floor they be arguing. Supreme Court floors. You feel me? They over there talking that shit, talking about, man, fuck Fauci. What's up, West Sider? They over there saying, man, nah, this dude need to be brought up on crimes. So at the end of the day, let's not die for a lack of knowledge. When, you can tap in with your boy, double check what I'm saying, look that shit up yourself, see what's going on out here. See what's going on out here. Hit that like button for me, family. And for what I'm hearing, they suing these people for crimes of humanity. I mean, crimes against humanity. You feel me? Crimes against humanity. Like, y'all, we gotta pay more attention. You know what I'm saying? And for those who are like myself that feel like once you learn these type of things, you gotta tell other people, that's the point of me telling you. So we spread the word. Just like, the virus spread and it do what it do. We need to be like a virus, be infectious with the truth. So people can do what they need to do. People gonna move how they move, but we at least gotta give them an opportunity to think for themselves, right? Suggestion for people when the seasons change, right? If you wanna acclimate your body, the best thing I can tell y'all to do when the seasons change, like we really into winter now, or the time that we call winter, I would suggest that y'all get the onion water going. You feel me? Let that onion water sit for like 30 minutes to an hour. Chop you some little onions, put it in the water. Drink you some of that for I'll say give it about 3 to 5 days, depending on your diet. And y'all can be truthful with yourself. If you a person who has an inflamed diet, I would suggest you do it for at least 5 days. If you're a person who has more of an alkaline diet, I would suggest you do it for 3 days, but also push for 5. You feel me? Something for y'all to think about. That's just something for your aunt to incorporate. For the babies, you know, if you notice that also your hands be cold all the time, that'll help with that as well. Because really what the onions do, they detoxify the body. Detoxify the body. And depending on how warm the water is, it goes straight to the, straight to the body, straight to the bloodstream where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this detox in and get right. Another thing is people don't talk about this, but the reason for them not promoting certain things like peroxide, different cheap things that you can find in your store, is because it costs so less, to the point, man, shout out to you, bruh. It don't cost enough for them to make a lot of money off of it. Not to mention, they can't patent things such as plants. They can't patent that shit, right? So that's why plants are not promoted to you. And don't get me wrong, I had to learn some things about, the way that I was going about my diet. Like when a person is trying to heal, you go about to alkaline the body, meaning to detox the body. You feel me? But when a person is balanced, you want to keep it a balanced, diet or diet course. You feel me? Meaning, like, I would suggest you eat fruits mostly and use vegetables for healing and herbs for healing. Vegetables and herbs for healing. Vegetables have a certain acidity in it that can help you with breaking down foods and stuff like that. So you can use your vegetables daily. Like my grandparents would eat greens with each meal. Eat you some greens or something of green with a lot of chlorophyll in it to help you break down your foods. You feel me? But do not get it twisted. The overindulgence in salt and sugar is our main problem. Coupled with processed foods, and then you take your ass out there to the sun, and the sun is not playing with no one. The sun came to save, even save you from yourself if it has to. I mean. You feel me? So don't get it twisted. You are being loved, whether you like it or not. And don't be like the child who can't stand change because you don't understand the purpose. With all the changes that we done had in our lives, let's learn to embrace change so we can see which way to go with it. I'm reminded of a time that I was tail spinning in my car. You feel me? And I was about to overcorrect super hard because I had my child, and I was about to flip, you feel me? And I would have flipped my car. But in that moment, something said, like, bro, you done been through a lot in life. And every time it's happened, and when it seemed like it's the worst, you had to calm down in order to find out what to do. So in that moment, I just calmed down, and it's like everything slowed down. So immediately, I could see the car moving. I could see it. I could see that it's like other cars coming. I'm able to get my wherewithal. My awareness is heightened at this point. So as the car gets to a point where it's safe enough for me to stop, guess what I'm able to do? Because I'm calm and conscious of the situation. I'm able to stop and go the direction I was going to begin with. The car sped all the way back around. Like, it was a beautiful thing. But if I would have kept overreacting in the direction that I was going, because again, that's why we talk about being careful how we talk to our children as well as how we talk to the child in us. Because this becomes our inner voice. Meaning, like, you talking crazy to yourself, when you need somebody to encourage you, including yourself, you're going to be talking crazy to yourself then. So you can't talk crazy to yourself when you up or down. Change the conversation within. So you change the conversation that you give out to folks too. Remember, we're trying to get to a point that our karma catches up with us and rewards us. See what I'm saying? There's a negative and a positive to karma. Karma can come back to you in the form of, man, people being like, man, thank you for for continuing to talk to me about the things that you were talking about. Remember, I told y'all how this thing worked. When you step into you, things become the things be coming to you that you never knew would be possible. Like, I don't know about none of y'all. I had people in my life that I actually, at a certain point in time, was scared of. You feel me? Because honestly, I didn't know what they could possibly do to me, as well as I didn't know what I could do to nobody. So I was basically scared of potential, period. You feel me? But believe it or not, some of the people, or at least one of the motherfuckers I can remember I was scared of, came back to me once I stepped into my true self and said, and I wasn't expecting this meeting or nothing. I'm out doing a job, you know, because a lot of us don't realize these jobs we be taking, it be just meant for us to be in places to meet certain people that we probably wouldn't be to begin with. So let's not get caught up and think that we're this construction worker or we're this accountant. Like, no, you're you. And then you bring your energy and your essence to wherever you go to. So long story short, I'm going on break with the so-called boss or whatever, you feel me? Because he wanted, you know, I guess he took to me, saw the light, like I see the light in y'all. That's why I'm talking to you. So long story short, we talking, we shooting the shit. You know, we talking about how to do certain things, how to build certain things. He telling me what he capable of doing. I even think he was telling me he was selling wood or something at one point in time, you feel me? So I'm like, dang, that's a hustle. Like, I'm yeah, take you some wood, you feel me? But basically, he was saying, like, when he do contracts, he, you know, take the wood that's left over and he sell that shit. You feel me? So, with that being said, I'm people gang. He like, where we gonna go to eat? I need something to eat. Mind you, I'm like, dude, I don't eat the same thing as you. I changed my diet a while back because I wanted to get my mind to function at a rate that I was pleased with. You feel me? That was my main reason for changing. But long story short, he wanted some chicken. So I told him where the little chicken spot was where I'm from on Jefferson Street. You feel me? So we go to the chicken spot. As soon as we get in the door, he opened the door. You know what I'm saying? I come in behind him or whatever. And homie see me. He like, he breaks the line. Like, he like second person in line. Somebody ordered, he right behind him. And it's a line behind him. You feel me? He breaks the line. Come over there, show me love. Embraces me. I'm like, what's up, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. You feel me? I'm not thinking nothing. I'm just like, dang, okay, that's what's up, bro. He like, bro, thank you for the information you've been posting on your page, man. Like, I didn't know none of that about us. Like, we really them people, like, we great. You feel me? And at this time, I was still, you know, touching on the Moorish information. You feel me? Like, and that's going back into the chivalry conversation on why, you know, they did us like that. Because the Moors, when it came to how they was dealing with these people, it wasn't on no, like, some mistreatment shit. That's the only way you would be able to get the ups on somebody is if they had their guard down with you. You feel me? Is if they was elevating you to the same level as them, rather than how other people try to rule over. You see what I'm saying? That's the differences in royalty. To me, I wouldn't even consider somebody who wants to treat the people that admire them or appreciate their presence like peasants. I wouldn't consider that royalty. I would consider that a piece of shit. Like, you know, to me, our ancestors was never no slaves. There was people who helped other people. And that's why I bring up the Moorish conversation, because these people got their rights by way of us fighting with them, as well as us recognizing them. George Washington, who was their first president, was General George Washington. Who the fuck he was a general for? Look that up. You will see we them niggas. You ain't never been last, bruh. But they just told your ass a lie in class. That's the thing. You know, when you forego liberation for education, you feel me? Like, education is important, but first you must be liberated first, mentally. You must be liberated from the people that's been holding you back in order for you to properly be educated. Because how are you educated when they're not teaching you who you are or who you were? See, I don't get caught up in, oh, we all just Moors. No, we not all just Moors, but at certain points in time, my ancestors were Moors or considered Moors. You feel me? Certain points in time, we was considered Israelites. We was considered different tribes in Africa. At certain point in time, we was considered the tribes that they ran across here in Mexico or America. You feel me? Never limiting ourselves. That's what I'm saying. Never limiting ourselves, but understanding true history. Because they'll have you on some generalization shit to the point if it don't say African American, you like, we ain't them. If it don't say black, you like them. We ain't them. But they gave you that name well after the facts. You see what I'm saying? People will tell you when some things, if people be truthful with you, when things come before them, they'll tell you. I can't fully define that because it came before me. Grand Rising. Lovely day. I can't fully define that because it came before me, right? Same thing, family. I'm telling you, you came before that. You came before black. Hit that like button when you come in, family. You came before black. And another remedy before we get, too far going, I like to mix it in, is yeah, say it louder for the people in the back. Man, bro, you make sure you subscribe. I fuck with you. Another remedy is, let's get us some pine needle tea. Pine needle tea. If you don't know what I mean by that, a pine tree. Let's hit up the pine trees. You feel me? They got the little needles that come up off of them. Shoot, man, I wonder if I got one in the yard. Because if I got a tree nearby, I'll show y'all. But pine needle tea is something that would definitely help to open up your pine needle gland. You feel me? The third or the first eye. You feel me? Help you open up your mind. Because that's what a pineal gland is, right? That's where it's at. We talked about the peroxide, didn't we, right? Rubbing the peroxide on y'all body. Yeah, the peroxide helps to, rubbing just a little bit of peroxide on your skin will help to kill off viruses. You feel me? As well as kill tumors. So if you may have a situation where like you got some, what they call that, cysts popping up, I might need to hit my homeboy up. People that had the little knots like on your skin that pop up. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but peroxide, put a little peroxide, rub it on you. You know what I'm saying? Take that time, because a lot of us don't realize when we get bit by bugs, they leave something in you. So you have certain things under your skin causing you irritants. You feel me? Or irritations. You feel me? So again, let's bring it on in. What's today's date, y'all? We got 12. We 1-3. 1-3. So 4, 6, 8, 2. So we on a 1 day. All right. Today is definitely a 1 day, okay? We on a 1 day. For me, first thing come to mind is to focus on self. Focus on self, so when you do deal with other people, you can actually help. But if you haven't spent time with self, it's going to be hard for you to help anybody else, okay? It's going to be hard for you to even recognize what kind of help these people need. So let's keep that in mind. And today being a 1 day, the science behind that for the gods and earth would be knowledge. Or the mathematics behind that would be knowledge, right? So we need to get some knowledge about ourselves today. That's why we in here. We in class. We getting some remedies. You know what I'm saying, to our situations. As well as we going to do some manifestation talk today. So we definitely going to get some knowledge. If we was to put that in a sentence, we got knowledge, understanding, wisdom, cipher, wisdom. So we should seek knowledge to gain understanding and have the wisdom to know when to apply it within the cipher, right? As it's this very wisdom that will be able to allow for us to have substance to give the people more wisdom and uplift them. Ooh, we just put that thing in the action. See, that's what it means to put things in the application. You feel me? Not just being like, shoot, I said it already, or just wisdom. No, put it into a phrase, put it into a paragraph that makes sense to you. Now, as far as those who want to manifest things, one thing I would tell you, the best way to get your manifestations going is to play your music. If not, if it like the best thing I would say, play some instrumentals, right? You might not be your favorite singer, right? But play you some instrumentals, turn your recorder on, and while you're listening to these instrumentals, say words or phrases over these beats. Over time, hold the words so it sounds like you singing. Hold the words. First, hold the words. Hold the words. Hold the words. Hold the words. These things, you gotta build it up. Build the muscles up. You see what I'm saying? So, reason why I'm saying use your voice to speak, one, as well as use your voice to make songs or tones along with the music, as this increases the energy, the intentions around what you're doing, because you're intentionally putting on the music, you're intentionally saying words, you're putting your intentions into the ability to speak. So at this point, your intentions are on full display. This is just something to think about when it comes to doing manifestations. Like, it's not just for the people that you say you like their music so much. It's for you to utilize to put your intentions out here in order to manifest the energy or the world environment in which you seek to live in, to be your heaven. Speak it into existence. Speak it, and it shall be so. That's how everything else got here. Believe it or not, somebody envisioned this house, said, shoot, we gonna put it like this, we gonna measure this, we gonna make it this way, and it's gonna be. And from there, somebody sought to apply the conversation that was had about this house. You feel me? Like, gotta keep that shit in mind. Another suggestion, get y'all something that helps you deal with the evil eye. Because believe it or not, you're gonna continue to see that. You're gonna continue to see that as you grow. You feel me? They're gonna look at you even crazier. But you can't be worried about that. Because you gotta do the work. You feel me? And recognize they'll benefit just from seeing you as an example. But if you get so caught up in looking to the left or right, you're not focused on the path that you have in life. So get y'all something, that you feel like that'll give you some protection, okay? Or remind you when you see these evil eyes, why they looking. You feel me? As my nana used to say, shoot, if you working for the devil, then, or lower energy, then, no wonder you don't got no problems. Because you working for them. But if you got problems, it's because you're not working for the lower energies. Those are necklaces, right? Y'all hit me up with the comments. I'll make sure to, get y'all some on deck. But these are things just like when people get tattoos to remind them of certain phrases or people that they want to keep with them. These are tools or technology to help you overcome certain things in life. So you don't have to continue to do what you used to do. You feel me? If you used to would pop off, be like, man, I got some haters, like, and intentionally start some shit, you feel me? Then this is your opportunity to not do that. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity. I wonder if y'all ever seen this picture. Check this out. This picture said 1,000 words. Check this out. Can y'all read that? I think it say, if you only knew what's behind the smile. And then you see all the knives in his bag. It's cops, depression, child support, bills, job, baby mama drama. And you flip that for the sisters, you know what I'm saying? It will be cops, depression, child support, job, bills, baby daddy drama. But these are things that if you only knew what was behind somebody's smile, it would make you recognize why that smile is truly beautiful. Truly beautiful. Because like I keep saying, beauty is in what you do. Beauty is in what you do. It's not always in what you say. It's not always in what you say. Keep this, y'all. to.
From 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., the body is naturally detoxing, so it is a great idea to help your body detox with either high fiber fruits or vegetables. From 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., it is best to eat protein, carbs, and fat. Of course, you don't mix them together in the same meal, but it is the best time to eat those foods at that hour. After 8 p.m., if you are hungry, you can move towards foods such as soups, salads, vegetable smoothies, or fruit smoothies. From 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., the body is naturally.
I'm gonna let her say that again. Cause she said from 4 a.m. to 12.
From 4 a.m. to 12 p.m., the body is naturally detoxing, so it is a great idea to help your body detox with either high fiber fruits or vegetables. From 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., it is best to eat protein, carbs, and fat. Of course, you don't mix them together in the same meal, but it is the best time to eat those foods at that hour. After 8 p.m., if you are hungry, you can move towards foods such as soups, salads, vegetable smoothies, or fruit smoothies. From 4
So you
a.m. to 12
can
p.m., the body is naturally.
eat after 8 p.m., but it's basically like, eat things that's gonna help the body detox. You know what I'm saying? As well as cool off. But, just some things to put on your minds. Put on your mind, you feel me? How many of y'all familiar with back in the olden times, they did compatibility based on blood types? Okay. Well, I was having a conversation the other day, and it came up because I was like, a lot of times people don't recognize it's so important to pay attention to who, you use your virginity. Sorry about that, y'all. It's so important to pay attention to who you lose your virginity to, right? Because how it affects you. A lot of people are not told that losing your virginity to a certain person will change your molecular structure, or you will be affected going forward by who you lost your virginity to, regardless. Quite often, a lot of people don't recognize you have spirits up on you that are acting against the life that you want now because of what you done back then. And that's another reason why I say, eventually your karma will reward you. But you need to be aware of information that you wasn't always informed about. And quite frankly, the compatibility of your blood type with the person that you lose your virginity to could either set you in a direction to where you will be able to have children, or could possibly set you in a way that you possibly can't have children going forward, unless proper care is taken. Just something to think about. This not a shot at anybody who can't have children, but just something to think about if you're considering having children, or in general to tell children going forward in life so they have the proper tools, so they can make the best decision for their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always about what we want. It's not always about what we want. It ain't always about what we want, because half the time we don't know what we want. We don't know what we want. But yeah, that's something to think about, compatibility with blood, though. Did y'all also know that the light companies at one point in time had a meeting, G? They had a motherfucking meeting and said, you know what? We not gonna make no money if we keep on giving them these high quality light bulbs. Cause actual light bulb should last, right? That's what they like. Yeah, that is a good light bulb, but we gotta give them some lesser quality or something broken that won't last as long. So we have to keep on maintaining it. So essentially, if you ever wonder why ancient cultures or healing things are not promoted to you, your identity is not promoted to you, because they need for you to be broken. They need for you to be broken so you can keep coming to them for maintenance. Yeah, I need to buy this trinket. I need to have this trinket in order to feel like I'm okay, or feel like I did something with my life. Like, I remember every time I used to get paid, I used to be like, man, I need to be able to go out to eat a few times in order to feel like, all right, I'm cool, I went to work. You know what I mean? To feel like working with something, like I at least got to, do 2 things I wanted to do. But even then, I was settling. And no wonder I was settling, because I'm in a culture of the settlers. I'm I'm practicing the culture of the settlers. And you wonder why you keep on settling for shit out here. You following the settlers. If you listen to the stories that they tell about us, once you find them, they was observing you the whole motherfucking time. And you might come to find out they just changed the names. They just changed the names. So the innocent people whose story it really was, that wasn't in on the forgery, would be forgotten. And so the innocent people that they plan on preying on would be at their mercy, because they had this broad brush that they painted how they conquered these great people. So even if you do recognize you great, you will look at them like, damn, they even greater. But I'm telling you, bro, they pencil whooped your ass. And once we begged to be a part of their system, after they did so much shit to us to make us feel like we didn't have no choice, they conditioned us. Then at that point, shit, they just wrote themselves into history. Just wrote themselves into our history in a way that they never existed in. But that's why your ancient sciences, ancient healing, ancient cultures is not promoted. It ain't promoted yet. But even when they do promote it, they promote it from what standpoint? Something that the economy can benefit from. Meaning, if you didn't know nothing about trading and bartering, which was how people existed well before this so-called economy, these dollars, these yangs, all that shit, like these dineros, all that shit, like well before that, we had our own trading system, which means you had goods, meaning everybody put in work in some fashion and brought that shit to the market. And we would trade valuables in order to continue our families. You feel me? And then somewhere down the line, people who didn't have nothing at one point in time, until we brought them in. And that's regardless to skin color. That's regardless to skin color. You either agreeable or you're a disagreeable person. You feel me? You a builder or you a destroyer. You righteous or you unrighteous. But if you find out that you unrighteous and you don't like how that shit feel when people call you out on it, it's because something in here saying that ain't me, that ain't truly me, but this is what I've been deceived to believe. And don't get me wrong, I understand. For a lot of us, and for in general, right and wrong is situational, depending on what situation you in. And I get that, but never lose you within. No matter what you go through, no matter what you wind up doing, that's the thing. Once people start owning the bad shit they had to do, to the point now it becomes a perversion. It's one thing, remember when our ancestors, when they had to lay some shit down, they would pray over it. Pray over it and say, man, I'm just glad I was able to survive this, and thank you for this moment that you gave me to appreciate this moment of life. And that's what all this is about. For us to be able to appreciate these moments in life. That's the importance of meditation. So you can be still and appreciate the breath that flows through your body. Appreciate the thoughts that you absorb and that you keep remembering. But most of all, don't forget to consciously reason it all. You feel me? These are the 3 functionalities of your brain. It's constantly remembering shit, absorbing shit, and at the same time you got the conscious that's supposed to filter it all out. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm better than nobody. That's why I'm telling you this. Because I love you as myself. I love you as myself. So the things that I tell myself, I want to tell you. There's so many things I want to tell my so-called mother, my so-called father, my so-called sisters. But it's certain conversations that, it just get quiet, y'all. It just get quiet. So honestly, I'm thankful though. that I had those conversations, because it prepared me for these moments when I gotta stand up and have a conversation with my people that I can't see now, but I know in due time we will be together. I know we will. I know we together mentally and spiritually. So that's why I talk to y'all, my family. That's why I say whatever, fam. Cause I be damned if I don't connect with you when I see you and I see you as who I am. You feel me? I am grateful. Let's do our affirmations for the day. For the day and every day. I am grateful that people want to hear me, so I give them substance when I speak. I am grateful to my ancestors that I receive what I believe I can achieve. I am grateful that I no longer have to lift a finger nor speak, but my actions precede me and my gift make a way for me. I am grateful that people want to hear me, so I give them substance when I speak. I am grateful to my ancestors that I receive what I believe I can achieve. I am grateful that I no longer have to lift a finger nor speak, but it's my actions that go before me and my gift make a way for me. I am grateful that people want to hear me, so I give them substance when I speak. I am grateful to my ancestors that I receive what I believe I can achieve. I am grateful that I no longer have to lift a finger nor speak to defend me, but my actions precede me and my gift make a way for me. I am grateful that we are here now. I'm grateful that we had this moment in time to reevaluate what we're doing. And if we on the path to be affirmed. To be affirmed. Because for some of us, we didn't get to have those conversations with our father. Our father didn't get to have those conversations with us. Like, you need to know your father wanted to. But just like the things that you don't do in life because you don't know to, a lot of our parents didn't have the information. Didn't have the proper information. But now that you know how I feel, you know what you gotta do within the people around you. Sometimes you're gonna have to be a surrogate for other people who need that love. You're gonna have to be that. Let's see, Tequila. Hope I'm saying your name right. Let's see what we got going on, y'all. Cause I'm gonna do the reading separate, but we can gonna do our Swahili though. We can do our Swahili right now though. Swahili. Can you say that with me? Swahili. Alright.
So this is simple enough. You can use in Swahili is jambo.
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 Hello, y'all. Jambo.
Jambo. Which simply means
Jambo.
hello.
Jambo. Jambo. Hello.
And this way, somebody say jambo, and you will answer jambo.
Jambo. Jambo.
Okay, so
Tequila.
this is simple enough. You can use mambo.
Mambo. Mambo means hello too. Mambo.
Okay, but this one here, when somebody say mambo, you have to answer poa.
When somebody say mambo, you say poa.
Poa.
Tequila say mambo.
Okay, now let's
and I
see
say poa.
another way of greeting somebody. Habari.
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 It's another way of greeting somebody.
Habari. Habari simply means
Habari.
news, but you can also use it as a greeting. So habari.
Habari.
Now when somebody says habari, you answer it by saying nzuri.
Zuri.
Nzuri.
Zuri. 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 Zuri.
Another way of saying this is by using habari gani.
Habari
Habari
gani.
gani.
Habari gani.
And the other guy will answer
Hello.
Zuri.
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 Zuri. Both of y'all
Zuri.
saying hello.
So
Habari Gun.
these are the very common ways
Zuri.
of
Both mean
greetings.
hello.
There are many more, but for
Zuri is
today
the
we're going to only
response.
concentrate on these. And most of the time, you won't need much more than that. This is more than enough. After greetings, now let's see how you can introduce yourself. You introduce yourself using naitwa.
Naitwa
Naitwa.
Gold.
Naitwa.
Naitwa
Which
Gold.
means
Naitwa
my
Gold.
name is.
Naitwa means
Another
my
form
name is.
of
Naitwa.
this is jina langu ni.
Another way to say it is
Jina
Gina
langu
Languni.
ni.
My name is Gina
Jina
Languni
langu ni.
Gold. Gina Languni
Jina
Gold.
langu ni.
Gina Languni Gold.
Jina langu ni. So for example, my name is Saidi. So I'll say
Gina Languni Gold.
Jina langu ni Saidi. Jina langu
Y'all
ni
say y'all
Saidi.
name. Gina Languni
Jina
Gold.
langu ni Saidi. Okay. If you'd like to know somebody's name, then you have to ask him, what is your name? Now, what is your name in Swahili? It's unaitwa nani?
Unaitwa nani? Unaitwa nani?
Unaitwa nani?
Unaitwa
And so
nani?
that's the easier way of introducing yourself and knowing somebody's name. So for example,
what's your name?
This is a very short dialogue.
What's your name?
Habari.
Unaitwa nani?
Habari nzuri.
Habari
Unaitwa
nzuri.
nani? Naitwa
Unaitwa
Saidi.
nani?
Alright, so after introducing somebody, your name, then maybe you might want to ask
Unaitwa
them,
nani?
how old are they? So in Swahili, when we want to ask
Your
how old are you,
Unaitwa nani?
we use una miaka mingapi?
Una miaka mingapi?
Una miaka mingapi?
Una miaka
Una miaka mingapi?
How old are you? Una
miaka
mingapi?
mingapi?
Una miaka
Okay, so that's
mingapi?
one way of asking that
How
question.
old are
But
you?
we have another.
All right, y'all. That's the short lesson today. What do you say? Una miaka mingani. How old are you? Una miaka mingani. How old are you? Right? So, the reason why we do these languages, y'all, is to get the tonal languages back in our minds to add to the vibration. See, for a lot of us, when we was younger, we used to have these grooves over the roof of our mouth, which will have allowed us to speak multiple languages. But over time, going back to the atrophy conversation, over time, our minds have been atrophied, dulling these grooves. So in order to return back to the ability to open up our minds, we must practice these languages, tonal languages, okay? Raising our vibration. That's where we at with that, okay? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. All right, for y'all who don't know, we're going into the stock. Now, when it comes to getting ready to, get into the stock market, these are a few things I want y'all to know. Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out can cost you a lot of money because, for one, a lot of us are just now hearing about the stock market, so a lot of us is ready to rush in without getting the proper education, right? So this is what we consider FOMO. So you do not want to be a person over here doing that. You know what I'm saying? As well as once you get into the market, when you hear about different things, you don't want to be acting out of FOMO, meaning buying high instead of buying low and selling high. Okay? So if you don't do your homework on a stock, you won't know if it's at a high when you bought it. But because you're in FOMO, fear of missing out, you feel me? You're rushing. You're not doing the homework. So the fear of missing out gonna cost you more money on the stock when you could have waited till it went down and then see if it'll test the market again. You feel me? As well as fear of missing out. Don't put all of your money in at once. Okay? Don't put all your money in at once a lot of times. Let's say, for instance, you got $300 to play with, right? You trying to invest. I would say go put 100 down first. See how that 100 do. Okay? If you see that 100 going in the direction that after doing your homework, in the direction that you want it to go, you put another 100 down. You feel me? And even then, I'm still not, did I say put 200 down? I said you put another 100 down. Pay attention, do some more homework on it. See if it's going in the direction you want it to go. Because you might have to what? Instead of betting on it going up, you might have to bet on it going down. That's another thing that you're going to want to keep in mind. But again, fear of missing out. Do not practice that in the market. These things are going to help you mentally balance yourself too, as well as not just in the market. You know what I mean? So that's the importance of us learning about the stock market. Okay, family? Okay, family? I love you as myself, and it ain't nothing you can do about it, as we are one. Kinfolk. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they talking about. Pull up a chair. Come over here to the round table. We about to break it all down. Say we just what? Broke bread right now. Y'all stay on the lookout for the merch. You feel me? For the GoldMind Tree Tribe merch. We're starting off with the No Excuses hoodies. As well as we coming back with the Bay Naturals. You feel me? The Bay Naturals, the lotions, the butters. Because we gotta, we gotta keep it looking right. We gotta keep our glow. I know a lot of people be asking me how my skin be like. Yes, that's what I do. I feed my skin the proper food. So y'all come back through, as well as check the descriptions, hit the Cash App up, send the tell me in the message what you sending it for, and we can go from there. If you just donating to help for the summer camps, that's cool too, because the summer camps is definitely coming, which will include the parents as well as the kids. But we gonna set it up to where we gonna get back into nature and learn different ways to relax, so we can create what we want to create. If we out of control, we only gonna create more chaos. So let's take the time to R&R, rest and relax. Reset, relax. Rejuvenate, relax. You feel me? Stay calm. We got this. And that's a result of confidence. When you're confident in what you're able to do, you can be relaxed. Okay? Peace within, peace out. Lovely day.